Hey everybody, so hopefully it's not too echoey. In the bath, I'm gonna do an ice bath for the first time because I always go into the river, and I've always thought the river is much harder because it's moving and so it's drawing ice away from you. And so I wanted to try this, but the other reason is I'm thinking of getting an ice bath because when we moved, I no longer had access to the river, and I've noticed a massive change in a bunch of things, which I'll talk about in a different video or may have already been posted. And so I want a way to continue to cold plunge, and so I've been thinking an ice bath, but I've never tried it. So cold showers aren't working for me, and the water won't get cold enough, and it just doesn't really hit. It doesn't make me feel everything I feel when I cold plunge. So I wanted to make sure that an ice bath would do that, and I would get those same benefits before I try to invest in something. So I took a bath, and now I filled it up with a bunch of ice. Got a thermometer, so I'm gonna make sure that it's nice and cold, but it is cold, and there's still ice floating all over in there. So I'm in Missoula now, and I could probably go jump in the river there every day, but it would probably be like an hour round trip, so that's not gonna happen. And short term, I'll probably try to find my way up there every once in a while, but one of the biggest reasons I also don't want to do cold or like river plunging anymore is I find it to be a little inconsistent. And so like it was nice in the fall when I first started because it wasn't as cold about it when I started like a year and a half ago. And then it slowly got colder, but then when it went in reverse and we went into spring and then summer, it had like almost no effect on me. It still made a difference. It was still nice, but even though this is a right off the mountain river, by the time it was there, it was like probably in the 50s, the water, and it just didn't have the same effect. So I'm hoping that an ice bath would be more consistent too. Okay. Definitely just as cold as the river. Yep. Grab that thermometer. This thing's fast. Okay. 36, 35-ish. Yeah, so 35. Let's see if it'll show. 35. It already went up to 40, so I'm not sure if it's gonna... Oh, I can hold the max, man. Let's see if I can get this thing to work. There. 35 degrees. And it's cold. It'd be nice if I could get my whole body under here, but I mainly just wanted to test this, and I'd say this is a successful test. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, in fact, I would say this is it's close to the same as the river, except as you settle into it, it's not continuously stripping my heat. I think it's colder than the river too. Holy cow. It's intense. I'm getting it now. I thought it would cool down a lot quicker. No. I'd almost say this is more intense than the river. But I did just take a bath. There we go. So the pain went away. That's normally my marker of when I'm good. I find if I go past that, it really starts to hurt. I want to get my knees. Oh. Get my face. Ooh, brain freeze. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Way more intense than I was expecting. About the same. About 10 seconds in the river. I'll get a brain freeze. About 10 seconds there. Little, not quite a brain freeze, but let's see. So it's at 7 minutes now. So I should have been in there for a couple minutes. I feel good. I will say there's something about jumping in a river. But you know, the river can be pretty annoying too because there's sometimes a pool there where I can jump in and like sit in, but oftentimes I have to like lay back and like keep myself there, which increases the difficulty. Whereas that, you literally just get in and lay. And I think that's why I thought like, oh, this is kind of harder, because in the river I'm constantly trying to keep myself steady. Whereas here, all there is the pain. That was awesome though. I think that having a cold plunge, I'll be extremely happy with, and especially for the consistency, because like I said, in the summers it would just go to like practically as though I wasn't even cold plunging, whereas in the winter it'd be great. But I always get kind of just sad, depressed in the winter, and vitamin D's helped with that. But cold plunging was like the biggest thing. And so not being able to cold plunge this summer or this winter has been horrible. But a cold plunge would make a massive difference. And I'm sure in winter it'd be easy to do something cheap and just use snow to keep it cold, or even not when it's super cold out. But in the summer I want something. And so maybe I'm fine getting like an ice machine or adding ice to it, but I'm not quite in that place yet. But yeah, no, I'm feeling all the same benefits I get from the river. I'd say the only difference is not getting to jump in a river and not having to worry so much. And this is extremely nice because it's a lot less stressful. And a cold plunge just like right outside my house that I could instantly do instead of having to run over to a river would be pretty amazing. But all right, it was a slow video, but that's really all I wanted to get my point across on, or see for myself and maybe some people out there. But all right, thanks for watching.